Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. I hope you all are doing good, your preparation is going great, and you have attended all the classes that we have conducted so far. So, today we are going to continue our discussion in the revision series of AFB. The topic for today is Module C. We are going to discuss a few questions from Module C. I really hope you all are very excited for the session, so let us start. Meanwhile, if you face any issues in any of the question or any of the concept that you want me to explain you again, please let me know. We can even revisit the concept. We have time. We can devote some time to the concept building as well. ठीक है, तो आप सभी अपने comments लिखते चलिएगा, जो भी आपके doubts हैं, confusion है, मैं आप सभी के doubts भी बिल्कुल देखते चलूँगी. चलिए फिर अपन फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. पेन पेपर रेडी रखिए, कुछ क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करेंगे आज. ठीक है, चलिए. Here is your first question. So, XYZ shoes sells some shoes. ठीक है, it is applying for loan to help fund to increase the inventory. Now, the bank asks for its balance sheet so that they can analyze the current debt levels. According to XYZ shoes' balance sheet, it reported 10 lakh of current liability and only 2.5 lakh of current asset. Will the loan get approved or not? तो आप क्या करिए ना ऐसे क्वेश्चन में, पहले चलिए आप ट्राई करिए, नहीं होता है तो फिर अपन डिस्कस करेंगे आगे. और तो जल्दी से सभी लोग पहले अपना अप्रोच बताएं. आपने कोशिश कर ली है अगर सॉल्व करके तो मुझे बताएं सभी लोग कि आप किस तरह से इस क्वेश्चन को अप्रोच कर रहे हैं. क्या आपका सोचना है कि किस तरह से जो डेटा दे रखा है उसको हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं. तो सभी लोग एक बार इस चीज़ को कंफर्म कर दें और उसके बाद हम देखते हैं कि अगर आपके अप्रोच में कोई गड़बड़ होगा तो हम उसको डिस्कस करते हुए चलेंगे. इफ़ देर इज़ समवन हु डज़ नॉट अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी और इफ़ यू वांट मी टू कंटिन्यू इन इंग्लिश, यू कैन राइट इट डाउन. आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ दैट एज वेल. तो जो भी है आप कमेंट सेक्शन में लिखते हुए चलें, चैट बॉक्स में आप लिख देंगे तो फिर अपन उसके अकॉर्डिंग मूव करेंगे. ठीक है, चलिए. तो क्या हो जाएगा इसका, लेट मी जस्ट साइन इन विथ अनदर डिवाइस सो दैट आई कैन सी योर कमेंट्स. तो allow me a moment to do so. अच्छा, तब तक के वीकेंड पे हम आ रहे हैं, AFB के क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करेंगे बहुत सारे. तो आप लोग के कोई स्पेशल रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं, कोई ऐसे टॉपिक्स हैं जो आप चाहते हैं कि ज़्यादा कवर किए जाएं, तो वो भी बता दें, तो हम उस पर ध्यान रखेंगे, ज़्यादा उन टॉपिक्स का ज़्यादा ख्याल रखेंगे. ठीक है, all right. So I'm getting a comment here. Krishna is saying to explain in English. All right, sure. So let's continue in English. All right. So very good evening, SK Singh ji. Yes, after so long, I was not available for a few days in the last week. So hello Nagarjuna ji, hello Vijay ji. Now I hope it's clear. ओके, ऑल राइट. ठीक है, तो चलिए, माना अपना डाटा सफिशिएंट है, लेकिन ऐसे क्वेश्चंस में हम क्या करते हैं ना, देखिए, अपन के पास ऐसे केसेस में क्या अपन देख सकते हैं. ठीक है, एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं होगा, लेकिन आपसे ये पूछा जा सकता था कि इनका करंट रेशियो क्या है. एट द एंड यू हैव टू डिसाइड बेस्ड ऑन सर्टेन थिंग्स कि आप what is the current ratio of this company. ठीक है, now this XYZ shoes, they only have enough to so that you'll find out using the current ratio formula. So for that you have to put your so just take a pen and paper, start solving. Current ratio is what? Current asset divided by current liabilities. Now current asset is just 2.5 lakh, current liability is 10 lakh, so 2.5 divided by 10 lakh you have to do, you'll get the current ratio to be 0.25. Now XYZ shoes, they have just enough current asset to pay off the 25% of their current liabilities. So that means the business is not doing as good as we want. ठीक है, so this shows that the XYZ shoes highly leveraged and highly risky. They are dependent on the external loans. See, they have just 2 point like the assets that they are having, the current assets, that's just one fourth of what they require to fulfill their current liabilities. So that tells us that this is very risky. Bank would prefer a current ratio of at least 1 or 2 in order to give a loan, so that all the current liabilities would be covered by the current asset. So since XYZ shows current ratio is very low, so it is unlikely that it is going to get a loan. Okay, so that is what is going to happen in this case. I hope you all are clear with this. So let's move ahead to the next question. Now, Miss Ankita Agency and this Miss Ankita Agency has several loans from the banks for equipment they have purchased in the last 5 years. All of these loans are coming due. It is becoming due, which is decreasing their working capital. So at the end of the year, they had 1 lakh current asset and 1.25 lakh of current liabilities. You have to find out the working capital ratio. So do you know what this working capital ratio is? That also? Acha, okay. हाँ जी, very nice. So SK Singh ji is saying as per the current ratio proposal is not acceptable. Very nice. Vikas Sinha ji is telling to explain in Hindi. Okay, I'll mix up. I'll explain in Hindi as well. मैं हिंदी में भी आप लोगों को समझाती हूँ. कोई भी बात है जो आप चाहते हैं कि मैं रिपीट करूँ इंग्लिश में, तो वो भी आप लिखते चलें, तो फिर अपन उसको इंग्लिश में रिपीट कर देंगे या हिंदी में रिपीट कर देंगे अगर उसको इंग्लिश में हमने डिस्कस किया है तो. ठीक है, ठीक है. नो SK सिंह जी, healthy current ratio is not 1:1. Healthy liquid ratio is 1:1. Why so? Because current ratio includes the inventory as well, and that in the case of quick ratio we do not take the inventory. So in the case of quick ratio, the desirable is 1:1, but quick or liquid ratio or acid test ratio that we call it. But in the case of current ratio, it is 1:1 is not desirable. Like it should be higher than that, 2:1 or something like that. That should be there. Okay. Acha, what should be the right answer here? What will happen in this case? What is this working capital ratio basically? See, working capital ratio just shows us the okay, I'll just tell you in okay. I think that you all are answering for this question. All right, all right. Yes, okay. So very nice. Let's continue. So working capital ratio shows the ratio of the asset to liability. That is what the working capital ratio is. Now, how that simply means that how many times a company can pay off its current liabilities with its current assets, just like the current ratio. So the working capital ratio calculation is we just take the current asset, we divide it with the current liability, and we get to the right answer. So working capital ratio is nothing but the current asset divided by the current liability, and that is what the answer for the working capital ratio is. ठीक है, mostly between 1.5 to 2 working capital ratio is considered to be good. ठीक है, तो but it depends on multiple factors, like which industry are we talking about, which industry are we referring to. So ratio but yes, one more thing is there for everyone. आप सभी के लिए एक बात और बता दूँ. So yes, if there is someone who does not understand Hindi, please tell me to repeat the same thing. I'll repeat it. देखिए क्या होता है ना, अगर आपका ये जो करंट रेशियो है या फिर लिक्विड रेशियो है बहुत ज़्यादा हाई हो जाते हैं, दैट मीन्स अगर ये 2 के भी ऊपर होते हैं, ठीक है, तो दैट्स कंसिडर्ड एज अ नेगेटिव थिंग. व्हाई इज इट सो? क्योंकि देखिए इट टेल्स अस कि ये जो आपके पास बहुत सारा लिक्विड असेट्स रखे हुए हैं, यानी आपके पास जो लिक्विडिटी तो बहुत अच्छी खासी है, आप उसको यूज़ नहीं करें. एक बात सोचिए, अगर आपकी कंपनी की लाइबिलिटीज़ तो कुछ 2 लाख हैं करंट लाइबिलिटीज़, लेकिन आपके ड्रॉर में 20 लाख रुपए रखे हुए हैं. थिंक अबाउट इट. एक तरह से ये तो एक वेस्टेज हुआ ना आपके फंड्स का. क्यों हुआ वेस्टेज? इसीलिए हुआ क्योंकि आप उसको पैसे में अर्निंग पोटेंशियल होता है, आप उसको कहीं इन्वेस्ट करके उससे पैसे कमा सकते थे और ज़्यादा, लेकिन आपने उसको इडल छोड़ा, आपने उसको उन फंड्स को बस रखे रहने दिया, ठीक है। सो दैट इज़ अ नेगेटिव थिंग, ठीक। तो दैट्स वाई आई होप दैट यू आर क्लियर विथ दिस कि क्यों हमारा जो वर्किंग कैपिटल रेशियो है या फिर जो हमारा असेट्स हैं, करंट असेट बहुत ज़्यादा ना हो, वो हम प्रेफर करते हैं ना, बहुत ज़्यादा एज एन कंपेयर टू द करंट लाइबिलिटीज़। आपका जो वर्किंग कैपिटल रेशियो है उसकी बात कर रहे हैं। बहुत ही बढ़िया आंसर मिला है मुझे। करंट असेट यहाँ पे हमारा दे रखा है 1 लाख डिवाइडेड बाय द करंट लाइबिलिटी दैट इज 1.25 लाख। तो सिंपली आपका वर्किंग कैपिटल रेशियो की वैल्यू हो जाएगी 0.80, ठीक है। तो दैट इज द वर्किंग कैपिटल रेशियो। आई होप दैट you all are extremely clear with this. If there is any doubt, please let me know. I'll write it down again for you. So this is the calculation. It is how it looks like. So working capital ratio dividing, it is calculated by dividing the current asset by the current liabilities. WC ratio will become current asset by current liabilities, and which is 0.80. ठीक है. Now just a minute. Okay, do you want me to cover some theoretical questions or the such questions only, the numericals only or conceptual questions only? ठीक है, तो do you know something about the earning before interest and tax? EBIT. What is this EBIT? Can you tell me? What is EBIT? Can you tell me? EBIT. This is the next question. So here Ravi's income shows that he made 5 lakh of income before interest, expense and income taxes. The Ravi's overall interest expense for the year was only 50,000. Ravi's time interest earned ratio would be, I think here some typing mistake is there. Just a minute. Allow me a moment to cross check it. Okay. Okay, so let's just skip that one. Let's skip that one. I think there is some issue with that. All right. चलिए, तो I'm sharing the next question here with you. Next one is here on your screen. Please have a look and answer this one. What will happen here? A company has 1 lakh of bank line of credit and 5 lakh mortgage on its properties. The shareholder of the company have invested 12 lakh. You have to calculate the debt to equity ratio. So what is debt to equity ratio? If we are aware of that, we'll be able to answer this question easily. So everyone, please write down what will happen in this case. Okay, Pratibha ji, I'll explain in English as well. Okay. Okay. So let's do one thing. I'll continue in one language, and when you face any difficulty, write it down. I'll repeat the same thing in the other language as well. All right. Okay. So here's the next question. Please try to answer this. What is debt to equity ratio? First of all, it's extremely important. So you need to be very clear with the concept of debt to equity ratio. It measures your company's total debt relative to the company, the amount that was originally invested by the owners and the earnings that have been retained over the time. So debt to equity ratio basically tells us how much dependent your company is on external debt, ठीक है, as compared to whatever capital you have infused in. So total liabilities, or you can say debt as in the bank loans or something like that, then divided by the owner's equity, ठीक है, in that company. So external equity by internal equity is what we do to calculate the this debt to equity ratio. It's extremely important one. Okay. All right. So I'm getting a few answers. Let's see. All right. So see, what you have to do is debt to equity ratio. Total liability you have to take. Now, what is the total liability? Let's go step by step. Total liability will include 1 lakh of bank line of credit and 5 lakh of the mortgage that is there on the property. Okay. So 1 plus 5 is 6. So 6 is the total liability of the company. And what is the total equity? So they have told us that the shareholder of the company have invested 12 lakh. है ना? You got the total liability, you got the total like the owner's equity and the external equity. That you are clear with? 6 lakh divided by 12 lakh. So you will directly get the answer as 0.5. ठीक है? चलिए. So this is the right answer, 0.5. ठीक है? चलिए. Now here the next total asset turnover ratio is asked in this question. So let's have a look at this. Can we solve it? ठीक है. SK Singh ji, definitely we'll cover theoretical questions as well. In the Sunday class, I'll try to include more and more theoretical questions. For sure. What happens now, since this topic is calculation, like the numerical intensive topic, that's why we are covering more questions from this area. But yes, I'll surely cover the theoretical ones as well in the coming session. So don't worry about that. जितने भी लोग हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, वीडियो को लाइक करना ना भूलें और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें. All those who are there with me right now, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe to this channel. Okay? All right. So, what is given in this question? It's given to us that Sila's Tech Company is a tech startup company that manufactures a new tablet computer. So this is currently looking for some new investors, and it has a meeting with an angel investor. Okay. Now the investor wants to know how well Sila uses her asset to produce the sales. So he asked for the financial statements. Now beginning asset at the start of the year is 50,000. End of the year it is 1 lakh. Net sales is 25,000. So what is the asset turnover ratio that is asked in this question? So please everyone try to solve it. Then I'll tell you about how we are going to do it. Okay? Everyone please try to solve it once, and then we will discuss the solution. See, these concepts are very important for us. Asset turnover ratio, see what it tells us. I'll tell you about it. About the asset turnover ratio, I'll tell you about it. Okay. So what is this asset turnover ratio? First of all, the first thing that you need to know about it is, just a moment. Yes, all right. So the first thing that you need to know about the asset turnover ratio is it measures the efficiency of the company's asset in generating the revenue or sales. तो मतलब आपकी कंपनी की क्या एबिलिटी है to generate the revenue और सेल्स यूजिंग योर कंपनीज असेट. आपके पास जो असेट हैं उनका यूज़ करके आप कितने एफिशिएंटली रेवेन्यू या सेल्स जनरेट कर पा रहे हो. दैट्स व्हाट asset turnover ratio tells us. ठीक है. तो in general, if you talk about the retail sector, it varies from sector to sector. So in retail sector, asset turnover ratio of 2.5 or more could be considered good. While if you look at some utility sector, so it is more likely to aim for an asset turnover ratio that's between 0.25 to 0.5, something like that. So it varies sector to sector as well. Okay. All right. I got one answer from Kumar Srinji. The rest of you also please try to solve things. It will really benefit you if you solve these questions with me. I'll tell you how to calculate it. See, asset turnover ratio is your net sales divided by the average total asset. ठीक है. तो net sales, what is your net sales? 25,000 is the net sales. Then average total asset is at the start of the year plus at the end of the year divided by 2. That is what the average total asset is. So beginning year 50,000, end year 1 lakh. So it is 1.5 by 2, that is 75,000. So you have to divide 25,000, that is the net sales, by the average total asset. So that will become the 0.33. How? 25,000 divided by 75,000. ठीक है, so that will become, हाँ जी, हाँ जी, तो 0.33 is the right answer to this question. So what is the 0.3? Yes, okay, SK Singh ji answered it correctly. Okay, very nice, very nice. So do you want me to show you the solution as well? Here's the solution. You can have a look at it here. Clear everyone? How we are doing it? All right, so let's see. So what it tells us is, like you can see from this question, that this ratio is 0.33 only. This means that for every rupee in asset, मतलब हर एक रुपये आपका जो asset था उसमें, मतलब 1 रुपये अगर हम अपने asset यूज़ कर रहे हैं तो हम मतलब 1 रुपये में से 0.33 यानी कि हम 33 पैसा ही रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर पा रहे हैं. तो इट्स नॉट वेरी एफिशिएंट इन द यूज़ ऑफ इट्स असेट. दैट्स व्हाट दिस रेशियो इज टेलिंग अस. ठीक है, तो चलिए फिर नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं और देखते हैं कि क्या है भाई इसके अलावा. ठीक है, नाउ गोविंस फर्नीचर कंपनी सेल्स इंडस्ट्रियल फर्नीचर फॉर ऑफिस बिल्डिंग्स. During the current year, Govin reported cost of goods sold on its income statement of rupees 10 lakh. Govin's beginning inventory was 30. See, one more thing that you need to know: beginning inventory and ending inventory. Is it clear to you what it means? They are telling us that 30 lakh was the beginning inventory. Ending inventory 40 lakh is given to us. So if you have any doubt in these terminologies, you can tell me. I'll explain you about it as well. Abhi to everyone try to answer this one and tell me what should be the right answer here. Okay. Yes, yes, very nice, SK Singh ji. Yes. तो everyone, आई नो वी आर नॉट फैन ऑफ न्यूमेरिकल दैट मच, लेकिन हाँ कुछ इजी मार्क्स दे देते हैं अपन को ये न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चंस. अगर आप देखेंगे एग्जाम में तो कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा डिफिकल्ट नहीं है. 2 मार्कर आ जाते हैं आपके न्यूमेरिकल्स. बहुत कम लोग सॉल्व करते हैं, है ना. तो इसीलिए वो 2 मार्क में आपको न्यूमेरिकल्स दे देते हैं बहुत सारे, और इस टॉपिक से तो बहुत प्रोबेबल हैं. तो इनको प्लीज़ ट्राई करें अच्छे से सॉल्व करने का एवरीवन. ठीक है, तो बेसिकली व्हाट दे आर आस्किंग यू इज योर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल inventory turnover ratio. So what is this? Inventory turnover ratio is nothing but the cost of goods sold divided by the average inventory, right? है ना. तो cost of goods sold, is it given in the question? तो it is written that cost of goods sold on the income statement is given to us as 10 lakh. Now cost of goods sold divided by the average inventory, that means the year starting 30 lakh plus 40 lakh divided by 2, what it will be? It will become 70 lakh by 2, that means 35 lakh, है ना. तो we have that amount and we have the cost of goods sold. So we simply divide the cost of goods sold by this average inventory and we'll get the answer. Here you can have a look at it. So inventory turnover ratio is nothing but the cost of goods sold divided by the average inventory. Cost of goods sold given to us, ठीक है, and average inventory we can easily calculate by start of the year, end of the year divided by 2. Now if you look at it, it is 0.29. So it means that Govin only sold roughly a third of its inventory, like 1/3 of its inventory during the year. So it also implies that it would take approximately 3 years for him to sell his entire inventory or to complete one turn. So in other words, Govind does not have a very good inventory control. That is what is apparent from here. Okay, all right. Are you all clear now with this one? चलिए ठीक है, ठीक है। तो आज के लिए क्वेश्चंस इतने ही रखते हैं, फिर आने वाले सेशंस में और बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस कवर करेंगे हम, बट फॉर टुडे लेट्स जस्ट कीप द लेंथ ऑफ द वीडियो 25-26 minutes only. So we'll discuss the rest of the questions. We have a lot to cover. We will cover a lot of questions. Mostly you'll find numerical questions from module C. But yes, on this Sunday weekend class, marathon class, we'll try to cover as many questions from all the modules as we can. Theoretical, numerical, I'll take care of all those who are weak at numericals. I'll take care of all those science background aspirants who are scared of the core concepts of accountancy and everything. I will try to help you all as much as I can. So please do attend that class. That would really benefit you for sure. And if you have enjoyed the session, please do not forget to like the class. Okay, all right. So what time marathon is scheduled? I need to check. I just need to check it once with the team, but you will get it by tomorrow. I think the event will be up, so you will get the details in this YouTube channel. Just stay tuned with the Telegram channel as well. If you're not in the group, Telegram group, please join that as well. In that, all the important updates are shared. Okay, so thank you, Kumar Surinji. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for attending this class, for being so interactive and for answering all the questions. Your participation make the sessions really worth watching for those who are watching it even after that as well, because if the sessions, the marathon sessions, if the question sessions, MCQ sessions, if they are interactive, if you are answering the questions, अगर कोई बाद में भी देख रहा होता है ना, तो उन्हें पता होता है कि भाई कितनी देर में लोग आंसर कर पा रहे हैं और हम कहीं कुछ लैग कर रहे हैं क्या, उनको एक आइडिया लगता है, हो सकता है कोई दूसरा बेहतर मेथड हो जो उन्हें यूज़ करना चाहिए था. तो दैट्स वाई इट्स रियली इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. Thank you, Binduji. Thank you. Thank you so much. So thank you everyone. We'll meet in the next session now. Until then, you all take care and keep on writing your doubts, your queries in the comment section. I'll try my best to acknowledge it. Plus, if there is anything that you want for the coming sessions, that also you can drop in the comment section. Thank you so much and all the very best for your preparation.